It has been more than 2 months since devastating wildfires destroyed thousands of homes in Southern California, and that's only exacerbating the state's home insurance crisis. Well, State Farm wants to raise rates for homeowners by 22% after the fires. And the state's insurance commissioner has said he plans to give the okay if State Farm can justify the hike at a public hearing. But the commissioner is now coming under some scrutiny after he spent last week in Bermuda at a resort full of insurance leaders. Tom Waite spoke with consumer advocates about the optics of it all.
California Insurance Commissioner Lara is under new scrutiny over a trip he took to Bermuda last week for a conference of insurance executives. Lara's critics have at times accused him of being too close to the insurance industry. Carmen Balber with Consumer Watchdog tells us the timing was not ideal.
There's a couple things here. Certainly would be worse if it had been paid for by the insurance industry. But that's not really the main point. I think most Californians, especially those who are currently trying to recover from the tragedies in Los Angeles, would hope the insurance commissioner would be here at home helping them recover from those tragedies, not off on a junket in Bermuda.
We made multiple requests for an on-camera interview with Lara. He was supposed to speak with us over the weekend, but canceled. He was also asked to appear in Sacramento at a hearing with state lawmakers, but the request was made after he had already booked his trip to Bermuda. In a statement, a spokesperson told us this about the trip to Bermuda. Nearly 40% of the world's reinsurance companies are based in Bermuda, paying out trillions of dollars in claims, including those for wildfires. Commissioner Lara delivered a keynote address aimed at guaranteeing insurance companies continue to write policies in California.
Unfortunately, this is not the first time, and certainly won't be the last, that we see the commissioner off on a foreign trip in an exotic locale at a quote-unquote insurance meeting that still raises eyebrows for consumers.
Lara is also facing another controversy, this one over State Farm's request to raise home insurance premiums by 22%. State Farm is scheduled to make its case for why they need the rate hike at a hearing on Friday, but Lara already announced he's giving what he calls provisional approval for the increase.
You have to understand that the estimate right now is about 50 billion in losses, but we won't even know that until all the claims are filed. But when you have thousands and thousands of homes that have been destroyed, we know that it's gonna be very difficult.
State Farm also wants to be able to raise insurance rates for renters by 15%. The company warned state officials a year ago it needed to raise insurance rates to keep up with claims.